Hello, viewers. As I said, we are starting another segment of the interview with alumni, and we'll be interviewing international students who schooled here with our college. And today we have with us is Dora Misigwa. I hope I pronounced the name right.
Yes.
And she is a Tanzanian who is currently in Canada, working as an analyst at the Ontario Brain Institute. And she schooled here, undergrad. She read biomedical engineer. So thank you so much for your time, Isdora. Would like to know a bit more about you and also your experience while you were on campus.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Efia. So once again, my name is Isdora Msigwa and I'm a Tanzanian. I came to Ghana to do my bachelor's in biomedical engineering. So I stayed in Ghana for like 4 years. And I would say my experience was a good one and a challenging one because I think it was like the COVID times. We had the student strike. So it was like a bit of everything. But as far as I remember, it was like the foundation for what I am today and the things I do today. From my bachelor's degree, that's where I was able to get another scholarship to go and do my master's in biomedical engineering as well at the University of Toronto. And a lot of things that I learned in like undergrad, including like the final year thesis, the projects we did were the things I put in my CV that got me into the school and gave me the foundation to like pursue my next steps in my career that took me to where I am today. So KNUST is like that mother place where kind of everything started and I got to grow up, learn about myself, develop resilience. You know, the college, we do so many things. Life is hard in College of Engineering to some extent as a student, but I think it built me to be able to survive anywhere. And I remember like one of our professors at KNUST also told me when I was complaining about, oh, life is so hard, we're doing so many things. And he was like, if you're able to survive here, you will be able to survive anywhere else. And I used to think like he's just fluffing, but it's actually true. From my experiences in Ghana and being in the College of Engineering, things I studied there, it made everything way, way easier when I came to Canada. The curriculum was different, but I was able to like learn like right in. I didn't have as much like stress. And so many things I learned there were very much applicable now. So I think, yeah, that's what I would say when it comes to like my experience in Ghana and what it means for me.
Wow, you've kind of summed up everything I was going to ask you. But how did you hear about College of Engineering, Ghana? How did you hear about it? Yeah, KNUST.
Yeah, so before, when I was in Tanzania after my high school, I was looking for scholarships. And just on my online searches, I came across the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship, and then it was partnered with KNUC. So that's where I was like, okay, let me just apply for this. And I was looking for a college that I would go and do biomedical engineering because in my country, we didn't have biomedical engineering degree for bachelor's level. Most of it was in diploma level. So when I saw that it had biomedical engineering, I just applied because that's what I wanted to study at that point. So it was just really based on my online searches for other things and other scholarships from different places that I came across this. Yes.
All right. That's cool. Well, you were saying it was difficult here. So was it only with regards to academics or was it anything else? What were the challenges you met when you were here?
I would say mostly it was academics and sometimes blending in with the culture. I couldn't speak Twi, so sometimes I'll feel left out in some conversations, but it wasn't major. Everybody was so friendly and like there was so much support from like the department, like the lecturers, my classmates. But eventually, like there are certain things you wouldn't be able to get, or there are certain things you wouldn't be able to do, considering that there's that bit of cultural differences.
Yeah.
But most of it was really academics because we had like I don't know, 6, 8 units we're supposed to do, and all the time, like every lecturer is giving you assignments. There are so many projects. Yes. So it was a lot for me to some extent, but eventually it made sense. At that point, I never really understood why we were doing all the courses we were doing. Sometimes I was just like, why am I doing literature? Why am I doing this? But yeah, right now I think it all comes together to give like a certain meaning, or at least to help you develop certain skills that might come in handy in the future. But in that moment when I was a student, I was sometimes not really happy about certain courses we were doing, honestly.
That's a very honest opinion. Thank you. That's great. Well, Looking back, what do you think sets our college apart from others? You must have definitely heard something from about other places. So just something little you think, yeah.
So I've been to like 3 different universities so far.
Okay.
And one thing I would definitely say like stands out for like College of Engineering for me was the mentorship culture that we had.
Okay.
It was so easy for me to approach my lecturers, get their support, be it in academics or outside academics. And they were very, very receptive. To some extent, I felt like I had parents in Ghana while I wasn't there with my family. So they were
Oh,
always supportive. And especially like during COVID time, we were on
mm-hmm.
lockdown. We were international students only in school. Some of my
Mm-hmm.
lecturers were even checking up on us, like checking up on me. And I was just like, it was really encouraging to see that I am valued and they really cared for my growth, even outside my academics. So
Mm.
that's the major thing I would say KNUST, or at
Stood
least
out.
the college and my department stood out compared to other universities. And also, I think the culture of how we are taught, we're put under so much pressure, which is sometimes not like we will not appreciate that, but it
Mm.
builds so much resilience in us. Like for me
Mm-hmm.
personally, it builds so much resilience in me.
Oh, you went frozen for
Mhm.
a bit. So you said
Yeah,
it built
sorry,
a
I
lot
was
of
saying
resilience. Yeah,
yes. Mhm.
that's great. I'll ask you one more question. Do you have any particular lecturer you want to mention or you want to say probably did something like
Mhm.
had a lasting impact? Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I'll call them like my parents, my department parents. It is Dr. Araba Yakoba Ajapong and Dr. Isaac Aqua. So they were both my lecturers from like first year until final year. And in all these different stages, they always pushed me. They always pushed me. You know, there are other lecturers who maybe come teach you whatever you do is fine, whatever you don't do is fine. But I remember there are times maybe you miss classes. They'll ask you, like, why didn't you come to classes? And always we have excuses as to why we didn't do certain things we didn't do. But knowing
Yeah.
that there is someone who pays attention to you, there's someone who cares about your growth or even like your development, pushed me to at least not disappoint them. And that made me work harder for like whatever I was doing, even in class. And even when I was applying for my master's degree, they played a very, very huge role. And they gave me recommendation letters. And apart from
Mm.
just giving me recommendation letters, they built that candidate who was like who ended up being a successful candidate for this master's program
Mm.
because they were on our case since when we were in first year. So if I wasn't like maybe doing well academically, I wouldn't be prepared to go to the masters. So they were
Yeah.
really like they played a very huge role in my growth as an individual and also my academics. Even now, most of the things they used to teach us or even talk about in like classes when they're giving us advice, sometimes teaching us, I use them in my day-to-day life. And from the way they were committed in mentoring us or supporting us, it gave me that motivation to also do the same and give back to my community, to my friends, to my like people coming behind me because somebody
Mm-hmm.
else stood out for me and somebody
Mm.
else was there for me. So yeah, it gave me the motivation to kind of make sure I
Also, yeah, do the
pay
same.
forward. Yes.
So you said that was Dr. Yakoba and the
Dr. Isaac
second
Aqua.
Dr. Isaac Aqua. Okay, thank you. So I'm sure
Yeah,
they will
and
see that want the names
I
to be
think there are
clear.
so many other, yeah, sorry.
You
I
can
was
mention
about to
a few
say
more if you want to.
there are so many others, but these were the ones that I had like a lot of interactions with. I remember
With.
Dr. Prince Ajay. He taught us in first year. I also worked with him in a project in like my third year as an intern. And it was like the first project that introduced me into like higher level of research compared to like the research we do for our thesis.
Mm.
There are so many others. I think Mr. Odame as well. He was always very hard on us. We used to hate some
Mhm.
things in class, but again, it pushed us to work harder. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's good news. Yeah, that's great news. What would you tell current students who are looking to go to school about the College of Engineering? Would you
Mm.
encourage them to come and why? Yeah.
I think I would encourage them to come, and it's because there is so much more you will get to experience, or at least there is so much opportunities available at the department or even College of Engineering, or even just being at KNUST. KNUST has so many partnerships, global partnerships, which allows you to like expand your pool of opportunities afterwards. And while you're in school, it's good to focus in your academics. It is good, but don't limit yourself to only being that person who goes to class and goes back to your hostel. Try
Great.
to, be open-minded and try as many things as possible, like the student clubs. If you hear there are opportunities for, I don't know, volunteering, maybe internships and things like that, jump on as many as you can, because these are the things that will differentiate you from the rest of the world. Because, for instance, we're in a class of 70 people, all of us do the same courses. What makes you a different person? So that,
From the other
like,
person.
from the other one, yes.
Yeah.
So I think it is a very good university, a very good department as well. I think our curriculum is very solid, and just being sure that you try as many things as possible, it helps you grow, it opens up opportunities for you, and also, just builds your portfolio as well.
What kind of extra activities were you involved in apart from the academics?
So I was part of like some mentorship programs, peer counseling staff, and student clubs.
Okay.
Then we had like other clubs within our department, which was like, I don't know, Tratec and things like that, to learn coding and things like that.
Okay.
Yes. And I jumped on to like internships at the department, which were being posted, and research internships.
Were you posted outside Kumasi?
No, it was within the department, so we're working like on campus.
Okay. Okay. You didn't do any internships outside the department?
I did. So most of the times when I went home for vacation, I did internships in Tanzania at the hospitals.
In Tanzania. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That was great. Okay. Do you think that the College of Engineering, the education you had here, has influenced your career in any way? Your choice,
Yes.
like the analysis, yeah.
Yes, I think to a greater extent it did, because it gave me the foundation to understand, like, okay, what exactly I like, what I don't like. And from there, it helped me to figure out what to study for my master's, because I had like the exposure on what kind of things I like and what kind of things I don't. And I feel like all the things that I came to do after were just a continuation of things that I already started in KNUST. So I think it set that foundation or the baseline for me to know exactly which sides to go. And again, from the mentorship, I was able to kind of explore different things, or at least discuss my options with my lecturers and people around me. That helped me to kind of narrow down what path to take. And right now I work as an analyst supporting startups in like neurotech, but I still use a lot of the knowledge from my like undergrad level. From in this perspective, we work to like in groups, in teams, I don't know, working in teamwork, learning how to communicate presentations, how to do like cross department communications and all these things. So it helped me to be adaptable. It helped me to be more like conversant in my communication. It helped me to like build my own self in a way that right now I can maybe be able to do the things I do right now, because I have like investor, I don't know, partnerships, meetings, investor communications, and all these things, which I don't think I would have been able to do it by myself, honestly, because I was very reserved before coming to KNST. So KNST is the one that kind of pushed me out of my shell to like try a little bit more things. Yes.
Okay, that's great. So just I want to veer off a bit more into what you're doing at the moment. We can't exactly call it your career, but it's your career path. We don't know where you'll end eventually. But you're an analyst for a brain institution. What exactly does that mean? If you just share.
So the Ontario Brain Institute is a nonprofit funded by the government, where we support startups that are working in developing brain health technologies. So think about mental health, I don't know, Alzheimer's, dementia, and things like that. And my role is supporting the commercialization of these tools or devices that entrepreneurs are founding. So on a day-to-day, what I do is like working with entrepreneurs, grant processing, data analysis to kind of improve or reiterate the programs, and also like reporting on the same way, like the program, how the programs are doing, managing investor like portfolios of the companies, making introductions between the companies and the investors, and also just finding like research opportunities, funding opportunities for these entrepreneurs. Just like a mix of so many things, and but most of it, I would say, just trying to extract data from what goes on a day-to-day to provide feedback on how we can improve the programs, and supporting the entrepreneurs to commercialize these projects by connecting them with the sources of funding.
But how does your biomedical engineering feed into this? I'm sure it does in some way.
So it does. When I was in my master's, most of the courses I did were in data analysis and like business operations and development. So now what I do is like in conducting due diligence for the companies, we have to assess their technologies and if these technologies are actually viable. So that's when like I apply most of my degree. And apart from that, also in the data analytics part, where I use like the information I did, like maybe in Python, the things I did in Python, I don't know, data analysis, all those tools, that's where like they come in handy and I use them for the analysis. But others, it's just like same things about coordination, project management, just like basic, not basic, but like general knowledge where we study on the side, things like project management, I don't know, communication, investor communication, and all these partnerships. Yes.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, that's great. It's exciting to know you're doing something exciting, which actually involves both segments of your. You said you've been to 3 universities, so you've been to KNUST, you've been to
University of Toronto, and before I came to KNUST, I was at University of Dar es Salaam for 1 year.
All right. Okay, that's what you meant. Okay, I thought probably you had done another degree, you know.
Oh no, not yet. Yes,
Okay.
not yet.
That's fine. I'd like to ask you this one question. What do you think is the most important thing that the college can do to support its alumni and students?
I think right now, what I would say, I feel like the department, I mean, the college is doing a lot already, but I feel like most people don't really know what is going on. Like, there are so many things. I also learned about them after I left. I was just like, oh, we had this. Interesting. Yes. So I feel like maybe communicating it a little bit more, maybe being present on social media and other places where most of us spend our time would be good
What
to
kind of social media?
I think like LinkedIn works, sometimes Instagram, because I feel like those are the two based on like my age group, but I believe like they're different age groups. Yeah, but I think having like more communications in that front. I receive the emails, but sometimes really we don't go through our emails that much.
Definitely. Emails are not really your thing. So more of Instagram and
maybe LinkedIn. You know, it's easier to scroll through and see like, okay, this has happened.
What's going on?
But like going to my email is like a bit more intentional that I have to go and like read.
Definitely.
So I think just having like creating more awareness around what is already existing in the department, because I think we need to focus more on like utilizing the things that we already have than just focusing on creating new ones without really. Yes.
So letting students know that this exists already through the social media will help a lot.
Yes, at least in my perspective, because that's what I see from like other, like let's say my University of Toronto. I have graduated already, but there are so many things I know that are already ongoing. I mean, like that are going on because I see it on like LinkedIn, I see it on Instagram, because most of the times we at least use these platforms at least once a day, compared to me going to my personal
Even in
email.
undergrad, you used LinkedIn quite often?
In undergrad, I think yes, when I was looking for something. Yes, when I was looking for something, but I feel like as when you're getting to the final years and things like that, it was a bit more frequent.
Yes, definitely, because now you were looking for job opportunities and school opportunities, but then in your first to third year, you're concentrating more on the other social media avenues. All right, okay, that's good. Thank you so much. We'll definitely take that into consideration. We have a LinkedIn page. I'm sure you've seen it, and we share quite a lot of stuff. But
yes, I think so. Instagram? No, I don't know.
No, we don't. We the college has an Instagram handle, but I don't think we feed it with so much information. But thank you. That's great information you're giving us. I'd also like to ask one more question. Do you think there's been a reduction in intake of international students, or there hasn't? And if you think yes, why do you think is the reason?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say there is a reduction. I
Okay.
just think maybe it would be great to have more support for like international students in terms of maybe scholarship opportunities,
Okay.
because most times people want to come to like maybe KNUST or another university, but the funding issue is the funding is the problem. And so far, the one like major scholarship that I know is the Mastercard Foundation Scholarship, and maybe there was another one for the department for masters that I know of. But I think if we had more scholarship opportunities or partnerships, there will be more students coming in, because for most of us, really the limit is the financial constraints. Yes. But so far, I think the numbers have been increasing, maybe because of some of the scholarships available. But again, it's only limited to like a certain number. But if we had more variety, I think the
at least you have
numbers
more
will
of
increase.
you coming in.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And do you stay connected to the community? As in to the
Yes.
college?
Yes. So I would say mostly within like my year group. So
Okay.
I'm still in touch like with my lecturers, with my classmates, and some of the friends I made around like in KNST, but not beyond that.
That's still fine. That's one huge network that you can really work with.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dora. It's been great talking with you.
It's been great talking to you.